It's officially time for a new hair tool collection video. This is actually pretty heavy. So I feel like it's been a little bit since my last hair tool collection video, and since then my collection has changed a little bit. So I thought I would go through all of my hair tools and tell you guys when I decide to use each one and why I like it, why I've kept it. The ones I gravitate towards more are mostly going to be on top, including this little travel pouch. It says, "Hello, beautiful." I think I got this from Sephora as one of my points gifts. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. So first off, why do I have so many hair tools? I am someone that really enjoys doing my hair. I think it's calming, it's relaxing. I don't get stressed out by it. I know people hate going to the nail salon and getting their nails done because they're just sitting around for a while. I really enjoy it. I love getting my nails done. It's a way to pamper myself. It's like me time where I can feel good about myself. And so I feel the same way when I'm doing my hair. First, of course, we've got the Dyson Airwrap. This is the case that it came with. I also have a travel pouch for this. Right over there, I can see it that I can't reach right now, but I've got all of the attachments. And I do use my Airwrap quite often. I use this if I'm drying my hair. I also have the Dyson hair dryer, so that stays in the bathroom, the area with the toilet. And then outside of that, the vanity area is where I will do my hair if I'm not shooting a video. Then I've got these. So I don't use these two brushes that much, but I use everything else quite often. And then there is a filter cleaner as well that you should not forget about. Put my actual Dyson bag. I love using this for drying my hair nice and smooth. I really like that. I don't get a lot of curls with it, but I think that's just user error. Okay, next up I have the 3-barrel deep waver from Amazon. Also, by the way, I have the majority of my hair tools linked on Amazon. This one I really enjoy using for a quick, easy braided look. It adds a lot of volume to my hair. I'm someone that has straight hair. This is my hair air dried, and it's really flat on top. I didn't really do much to it. I just let it air dry, brushed it. I love brushing my hair. That's another thing. I love brushing my hair. I'm just all around just a hair girl. So this is really nice if I want quick style and volume. Quick meaning it's not going to be as quick as if I'm using a regular curling iron. So this does take a little bit more time, but the style you get from it is really good. This tapered wand goes from 1.5 inches to 1 inch, and I really like this. This is really my go-to for travel. If I'm not bringing the Dyson, usually it's between this and the Dyson Airwrap. I just love how this gives you a very easy and tousled look. It's very effortless. And since the Dyson comes with its own travel pouch, this is the pouch I would normally use if I'm traveling and, want to protect it. It's also like a little area where you can rest your curling iron. Jeez, I can't talk right now. So one of my next top faves is between two different sizes, and they're both from the Beach Waver. The Beach Waver B1.25 and the B1.5. I love both of these. I had this one first before this, so this one was my favorite go-to for a curling wand. And then when I got this, I was like, wow, I really like this too. So both are similar, but very different. This is more looser waves, very soft waves, where this one gives you a little more definition. So I feel the need to keep both of these in my collection because they just give you such different looks. This is almost a little effortless, but very loose, very soft. The next hair wand I'm going to mention is a very basic wand, curling iron. I feel like I use them interchangeably, but for me, for the longest time, and I don't know if this is correct, I used to really believe I kind of still think this way, a curling iron has the long clamp, whereas a wand has no clamp at all, or a very short clamp like on the Beach Waver. So I don't know, but one thing I feel like everyone should have in their hair tool collection is a basic 1-inch wand. This one is from Revlon. I got this from Amazon. I think it was from Amazon. It was very affordable, and I don't see a need to splurge on a basic curling iron. If it's not automated like the Beach Waver where it will rotate for you, and it's not a Dyson Airwrap, I think you can take it easy on these basic curling irons. So you'll never see me splurge on a basic curling iron. Another 1-inch tool I also have from Beach Waver. This was sent to me. I love this color. I actually have had a few of the 1-inch Beach Wavers and I gave them away to friends. And so this is the one I decided to keep because sometimes you just need one that rotates for you. So if you are deciding between an old-fashioned curling iron and then the Beach Waver in a 1-inch form, I think it's really up to you. I feel like if you really don't want to spend the money, or if you can't find so many discount codes to bring this to a small price, because my coupon code CHRISTINADWAVE is, I think it's still CHRISTINADWAVE. I will double check and mention it in the description box, but it is stackable on any sale that they're having. So if you can't find a good deal, skip the Beach Waver, get this. Otherwise, if you really just want to have that luxury of not having to do the rotation yourself, there's nothing wrong with the Beach Waver. This next one, I feel like has gotten a lot of flack for just the safety of it. I've had no issues with mine. This is the Revlon blow drying brush. Very rounded. I've had this for so many years, no issues. It never sparked fire or anything. So, and my hair has been fine. My hair has been fine. I feel like what really plays a big role in the health of your hair is, of course, the heat that you're putting on it, but the protection that you're using beforehand. Are you using a heat protectant spray, a heat protectant serum, anything like that? Are you constantly moving this while you are brushing and drying your hair? If you're leaving it on your ends for a very long time on high heat, of course it's going to cause some damage. So I just think people need to be aware how they're using each hair tool and just be of how they're using each hair tool and the damage that it could do to their hair. But have I used this in the last year? I haven't, because to me I can get a better hairstyle with my Dyson Airwrap. But I still love having this as part of my collection just because I did use this a lot. Like, there's a lot of hair on here, and you know, it's something I could see myself going back to if I don't have my Dyson Airwrap, if it ever breaks. It hasn't yet. Like, thankfully, I love my Dyson Airwrap, but I just can't get rid of this. I just love having options. One of my most popular videos and TikToks is actually about the Chi Spin and Curl. Now, I know when this came out, people were really confused by it. I think they were even a little bit scared. Like, this looks like it's gonna eat my hair up. This looks like my hair is gonna be a tangled mess. Honestly, it is not any of that. I can see why they would think that, and I can see how it could happen very easily. I have a full video on how to use this. You really gotta just keep in mind how much hair you are putting into the Chi Spin and Curl. It can't be too thick. It can be really thin, but then it's going to take you a while to do your hair. One thing I want to share is that I think the curls you get with this are very uniform, but so there's no customization with it. But if you are someone who is new to curling their hair, like if you want to get this as a gift for your daughter or for a younger teenage girl, this is really a great way to go because you literally cannot burn your scalp when you are doing your hair. You can rotate it both ways, left, right, and it's just very easy. And if for some reason it starts beeping at you like crazy because you did put too much hair in there or you weren't holding it right, which really, I feel like it's hard to make a mistake with this, you can easily just pull your hair out. It will come off, it will get loose, it won't hurt you. So very safe hair tool in my opinion if you are new to curling your hair. Or if you just wanted to do all the work like the Beach Waver that rotates for you, now you have this that'll rotate for you and can also protect you. It won't burn your hair, it won't burn your scalp. Great to have in your collection. Because some days you just don't want to do the work. Next up, I want to share some of the thinner curling wands that I have. And I have quite a few. I've got two from the Beach Waver. This is the Beach Waver S.75, very thin. And then I've got two in the same size, S.75. This one I think has a higher speed, like fast, slow. Oh, they're both pretty much, they're exactly the same. I did not know that I still had two of the same size. Well, maybe I should just give one to one of my friends. Oh, but we were talking about thinner curling wands. So I have this S.75. I've got this one, which maybe is, I don't know, there's no size on here or it just rubbed off. And then I have this one, which goes to, where did that piece go? Oh, here it is. Let me put this on for you. So I have a total of 3 thin curling wands. So let me make sure I can give you guys a good look at all of these. I think had this one from the Beach Waver, the S.75, and it gives you really tight curls. All of these give you super tight curls, spiral curls, but this one will clump your curls together. And there is a technique that I learned that I did when I used the thinnest wand that I had, and it is very, very fun, very cool curls. I loved it. So this one I don't reach for the most, but I love having that option if I wanted to get thin, like big but still thin curls, if that makes any sense. 0.75 curls. 0.75, yeah. So it really just depends on how I'm feeling. The other one I have is this one, and I thought this would give me the curls I would get from this one. I was totally wrong because it is just ever slightly, just a tiny bit thinner than this one. And so this is going to give you most spiral curls ever. It's going to give you very lifted hair, just fun hair overall. And I think for me, since I do have naturally straight hair, I've always gravitated towards wavy, curly hairstyles. Like I want that voluminous, wavy look. And so that's why when I use this, and I've used this 2 or 3 times already, curl wise, I prefer the really tight spiral curls over this one. And, but I love that I have the option where it just gets thinner and thinner, you know? So using both of these and this one, depending on how you actually curl your hair with this, but for sure these two is going to take a long time to do your hair. I don't know if it really took me a full hour or if it took me a full 30 minutes, but I'm also someone that takes my time with it. So what I'll do is I'll take this, curl my hair, get a very, very thin strand, almost like this, wrap it around really tight. Once I let go of it from the hair wand, I will let it cool and then separate it. So then I have even more strands of hair with that curl. I also make sure to rotate. If I am curling away from my face, the next strand I get is going to be going towards my face. And that helps the curls stick out from each other. It's not going to make them blend. So if you're someone that enjoys doing your hair and you find it calming and relaxing, give these hair wands a try. I'm going to link them on Amazon or I'm going to link them in the description box down below. And I also wanted to mention, while I have this one here in my hand, interchangeable hair tools. I feel like they're either good or bad. I've had one that I got rid of not too long ago because a section of one of the attachments came loose, and so you could literally pull this off and the wiring was still attached to the body of the hair tool. So I'm like, that's probably not safe. So this one I got from Amazon. It comes with this heated round brush, a smaller tapered wand. So this is the only one I have in this size. A 1-inch wand, which I don't use because I have the other ones. And then maybe a half inch, maybe a 1.5 inch. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yep, B1.25. So the same size as that. So I don't use these two as much since I already have the others, but I will use these every now and then, not often. I feel like I am really bad at using this attachment to it because I feel like I am a little impatient, which is funny because I just said I love doing my hair. It's calming. But if I'm not seeing the results right away, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to a heated round brush, I feel like I'd rather use a curling iron or a curling wand. Like, I don't think I have the patience for this because I want to see immediate results. So I like to leave the thinner wand attached. Actually, I think I leave them all unattached so that they can all fit properly in this basket. Next up, I do have another 3-barrel deep waver, but this is a lot smaller compared to this one from Amazon. This is from the Beach Waver, so you can see very different in size and also the barrels. This is bigger, and this one is smaller. So but I still like having the option of having both. You just need options. Next up, I have this, I guess it's like a crimper is really what it looks like. You remember those crimpers from like when we were little? Ow, my leg. So it took me a while to figure out how to properly use this to give myself volume at my roots. And I've learned that you need to really just take like a section of hair and you need to curl or crimp that area directly under it. So then you would just take this, hold it there, and then make sure you had enough hair off to the side so that you can flip it back over and then cover that area that you just crimped. So I don't use this as often because I feel like I'm still not a pro with it, but it does work. Now the next two things I have are hair straighteners. So I have one from Chi and I have one from the Beach Waver. Both are very, very similar. I think they're pretty much the same size. Yes. I like having a straightener in my collection, even though I have pin straight hair already, because if I'm curling my hair, like if I'm going to an event and I don't like how the curl is turning, then I can just quickly straighten my hair or a section that's totally messed up. And when I had a lob, or even when I just had regular straight hair, when it starts to grow out, it would flick up, and I didn't want my hair to flick up at my shoulders. So then I would go ahead, take my straightener and straighten all of that. And when I did have the lob, it would be straight down here, but then right here it would flick up. So that was not a good look. So I'm glad I had a straightener on hand to fix that. The only thing I have left in here is not really a hair tool. They're just these things that you can use to wrap your hair for heatless curls. I feel like when it comes to heatless curls, I'm not your girl, because I'd rather sleep comfortably. I've spent a lot of nights when I was little with my hair braided, and these things, the little thinner ones that you just bend, and I had them all over my hair. I look like an old lady. And while they work well, I'm just past that point in my life. I would rather choose comfort over sleeping with heatless curl tools all over my head. It's just not for me anymore. It's just not it. I don't like that. I do have a sleepy tie that I use to preserve my curls sometimes, and that will just be a very like tight bun above my head, and that's fine. I think that's the most I can do right now for heatless curls. So I guess it doesn't really belong in my hair tool basket, but just thought I'd share. But that is everything in my hair tool basket. Let me know if you want a hair tutorial for any of these. I do have a lot of them already up, but it doesn't hurt to shoot a new and improved hair tutorial. I have got my Canon camera that I'm using. The quality is so much better, so let me know if you guys would like an updated hair tool or hair tutorial on any of these hair tools. I will leave everything that I can links down below. I do have an Amazon storefront folder that is called hair tools, where you can find everything that I mentioned that is available on Amazon. Obviously the Dyson Airwrap I got from Nordstrom. Now before I end this video, I want to mention, and I've mentioned this in a lot of my other videos, the hair products you use before styling your hair really makes a big difference. And it really depends on your hair type. Like for me, for example, my hair is pin straight. I need to use curl enhancing products. Without using them, my curls wouldn't last as long when I'm using the Dyson Airwrap. Without using them, my curls from the Beach Waver B1.5 would be soft curls, but they would fall so fast. So you need to just keep in mind, what products are you using beforehand to help preserve the life of your curls. It just makes a huge difference. But also, depending on the hair tool, I barely need to use any product with a deep waver. So there's a lot that goes into it. I do believe I have a video on my top hairstyling products, but let me know if you want an updated one. So let me know if you guys have any questions, any video requests, any specific tutorials you want. Let me know in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, if you are not subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Also, now there's an option where you can hype your video or my video. It's really made to help small creators grow here on YouTube. I'm a small creator, so I'd appreciate any help that you can give me. And also to my subscribers, thank you so much for watching and for being here and for always supporting me. You are my favorite virtual community. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.